After further review, the runner did cross the line.
Touchdown, Michigan State. Michigan State's miracle victory has given the Buckeyes new life. With the Badgers coming to town, how can Ohio State fight back in the run for the Roses? It's homecoming weekend in Columbus, and this is Buckeye Preview. Come on, America. Did you really expect us to go away that easily? Welcome to Buckeye Preview, everybody. I am Tyler Carey. Thank you, Michigan State. As you just saw, that miracle Hail Mary, one of the greatest plays of all time in college football, we can assume, has single-handedly vaulted the Buckeyes back into the Big Ten championship race, despite looking abysmal on offense in these first 7 games. If OSU can win out, including a win over Wisconsin this Saturday, they will likely be headed to Indianapolis for the first annual Big Ten championship game. But I mentioned beating Wisconsin. That is not going to be easy. A few things I want to get to in that, but I'm going to talk about the single-handed biggest #1 issue of this game. The #1 thing people are going to be talking about, yes, I am talking about Ohio State's uniforms. As you can see by these pictures, Ohio State will be wearing new retro-style uniforms for Saturday night's game against Wisconsin. They are paying tribute to the 1961 National Championship Ohio State team. Now, unlike some of the other overly done, too flashy, I don't know what the hell they're wearing style uniforms that teams seem to be putting out these days, I actually like this design. It's different. It's got a retro feel to it. It pays tribute to the 61 team. It just flat out looks cool. A lot better than the uniforms they wore last year against Michigan. You seeing this? Come on, it looks like they were dipped in ketchup. Anyway, excuse me, like the uniforms. Hope it's only a one-time thing because I am one for tradition. Keep the old style. But it should be good just for this one night, especially on homecoming when they're going to need any support they can get from the fans and even some incentive from the jerseys to beat this high-powered Wisconsin team. Now, was Wisconsin exposed a little bit against Michigan State? Kind of. Now, one thing we do know. Wisconsin does have a very, very good offense led by Heisman candidate Russell Wilson. They put up 31 points on Michigan State's defense, which only held Denard Robinson to Michigan to 14. Michigan State had the #1 defense in the country coming into that game. Ohio State has also had a very good defense. It's one of the big reasons they were able to beat Illinois. But that's the matchup. Who will win out? Offense or defense? I think the Buckeyes are going to have a little bit of trouble. Not because they're bad, but just because Wisconsin is that good on offense. 2 great running backs in Monty Ball and James White. Russell Wilson, a great quarterback. Nick Toon, a great wide receiver. Sorry about that. But again, Ohio State will have a little bit of trouble. I think that they can contain Wisconsin a little bit, but, well, if they can hold them to 20 points, that shouldn't be too bad considering how much points they score already. On the other side, as we all saw against Illinois, the Buckeyes were able to win on offense by playing woody ball. Let's take a look at their passing highlights. There's right there Braxton Miller. He's going to throw a nice pass to Jake Stoneburner for the touchdown. And on this oh, that's the only passing highlight we have. That was the only pass Ohio State managed to complete against Illinois. 1 of 4. It was important for a touchdown, I know. But Boom Herron, who came back from suspension as the running back, had a very nice game. More than 100 yards rushing and a touchdown as he fooled Illinois defenders all afternoon. Now, I think that they should stay with that. As they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. There, you know what I mean. But they are going to have to air it out a little bit and let Braxton Miller win the game. You can't win a big, huge conference game like this against a team this good, throwing only 4 passes. We'll see what they do. Can Braxton Miller do that? I don't know. Wisconsin's defense is not very good, as we all saw against Michigan State, but neither is Ohio State's offense. Who's worse? That's the question we shall see on Saturday night. Now, as I mentioned, the Big Ten race is now wide open. I will now give you a look at the standings and break down where it all sits and where it all could be at the end of this weekend. Wisconsin's loss has put Penn State in the top spot in the Leaders Division with a 4-0 conference record, even though the Nittany Lions have what many would call a highly below-average offense. They have yet to play anybody, though, so expect this to change. And keep an eye out on the Buckeyes. Assuming the Nittany Lions lose twice, Ohio State would go to the Big Ten championship game if they could win out. Meanwhile, in the Legends Division, Michigan State's shocking win has vaulted them to the top spot, the only undefeated team left in that spot in the conference. However, they take on Nebraska this week, and if the Huskers can pull off the upset, we could have the potential of a 4-way tie, which would set up total chaos. As you can see, we could be headed for utter chaos if certain things happen this Saturday. Now let's quickly get to my prediction. My head says pick Wisconsin. They're a much better team. They have a huge offensive line, much more experience, better talent, less turmoil than Ohio State. It seems like a mismatch. But the Buckeyes have been re-energized by Michigan State's victory over Wisconsin, vaulting them back into the hunt for the Rose Bowl. Excuse me. They have this 105,000 fans on their side. Saturday night, homecoming, national television, the jerseys. Luke Fickell has to win this game to keep his job. Again, my head says Wisconsin, my heart says Ohio State, 24-20. That is what will happen on Saturday. Hope, pray to God. Again, if Ohio State can win, they could find themselves back in the race. Got to stay confident. Until next week, I'm Tyler Carey. Thank you for watching Buckeye Preview.